Hello, welcome to this is our second episode, or our second interview on the HorrorCon,
Awesome.
Birmingham HorrorCon YouTube channel. How are you?
I'm great.
Dan? Yeah,
I'm good. Yeah, it's a great flight. Brought the family to England, so
yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Good. How are they liking it?
They're loving it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're loving it. We got the flight was good. Even and everyone was like, "Oh, the food, the weather, whatever." But we're troopers. We can handle it.
Everyone says about the food, but then as soon as you have a Yorkshire pudding and a roast dinner, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Sundays is when you have that.
Okay.
How are you finding the con? How are you finding HorrorCon?
Great. It's fun. It's a lot of. It's been a great event so far. So. I've had, like I said, it's a good event. I like when I'm not going to say when the cons get really large, you kind of get lost in the shuffle.
You do.
But when they keep them smaller, you still get the big crowd.
Yeah.
But then everyone gets to see more things, or it's a little more intimate, I guess.
Yeah, more connected.
Yeah.
I like that. We'll go on to a few questions that I've got here. Are you a horror fan?
I can't say that I'm a science fiction fanatic. I love science fiction.
Nice.
And then what blew me away as a kid is Alien and Aliens,
Yeah.
that was kind of science fiction and horror kind of mixed. So that was when I was a kid, that was a creepy movie to me, but I loved it. But even the first Nightmare on Elm Street was really creepy because Robert wasn't the celebrity that he is now. It was just this really creepy, scary boogeyman that got you in your dreams, and it was like, I don't know if I like that movie, and it's like, and then now my wife is a horror fanatic. She loves horror films, but it's not really my forte because I'll be at home by myself, and then I'm like, why did I watch that movie? Now my imagination, right? So I hear anything, I'm like, eh. But I've learned to appreciate them all because it's like, and now being part of the big franchise, so it's actually, I have a whole new appreciation for horror films, and especially successful ones like the one I'm in, and the other franchises that are doing
Really
well. Yeah.
Wow, so
it's a lot of fun.
Obviously, you did mention about the other Nightmare on Elm Street films. Did you watch many of them, or did you just manage to catch one and think, whoa?
Yeah, the first one I saw and was, I actually was probably 18, 19 when the first one came out, and then I remember when people were watching it, and I was like maybe at a house party, and I saw what they were watching, and I was like, oh, no. I was like, no, I've seen this one, man. I don't know about this one, and so
working on a Nightmare on Elm Street, that would have been a bit daunting. Seeing as you're not a horror fan and you're going on set, and you're looking around thinking, right, I've signed up to do this horror. I don't like horror. What's going to come out next?
Right, so the only, funny story I have is Robert was really a character that, people were scared of. And there was a day where we were filming, and next door was a school with maybe 5-year-olds to 9-year-olds, not very old, 9 to 10, whatever.
Yeah.
They come running out to the recess. They come running out to see, there's a film crew. There's a Freddy Krueger movie. So the little kids are, Freddy Krueger, neat. They don't know really what it is. Yeah. So they're pulling on the fence and making all kinds of noise. It's probably 50 children. And Robert was doing a scene that day in full makeup, everything, the teeth and everything with the skin. And he came out of the trailer and kind of did and then looked back at these children. It was chaos. They were they almost killed each other. Teachers running everywhere. Away! They were out of there. Yeah, they're pulling them. It scared the crap out of those kids. They thought he was real. They were like, that dude's real. And he looked creepy. You're like, whoa, that is weird.
Well, you think heavily made up. You would think.
These children were
running across the field.
they were running over each other.
Your character Dan, he's basically an American jock, yeah?
That's it, yeah.
He is just like the jock.
Pretty much.
Was you a jock at high school?
Exactly. It wasn't. I had the same name, and I was a jock. They're like, here, this is easy for you. Don't get confused. No.
What did you most like about playing him, though? I mean, obviously, because they just went, well, your name's Dan. You used to be a jock. Yeah.
Right.
So was there something that you?
The only thing I tried to is to incorporate that. Even though you're the stigma of a jock, he was a jock that was friends with the outsider guy, or like the character Andros Jones plays Rick in the movie, and he would be not really included in the jock crowd, but of course he was still my friend. So I just tried to make him like a jock that was also friends with everybody else, not just like a cocky, meathead jock guy. Who's incredibly handsome.
Yeah, I was about to say the headshot was the killer. That was the deal. So while you was on set, did you see any death scenes that were being shot that you kind of stood back and was like, wow?
The cockroach scene in Nightmare 4 with Brooke Thies, it didn't bother me or anything, but just while they were filming it, the poor girl had to scream all day, and just like it was a lot of work, you know, and then the arms and all that thing, and so when you're on a when you can't really see what they're doing and all you hear is the person on the other side of the wall just it's kind of let your imagination, you're like, this is terrible. You know, like, whatever they're doing to this poor woman. And so it's like 4 hours of someone screaming, you know, and trying to make it sound real.
That's
so
it, exactly, yeah. I bet it was tiring, literally.
No, it
even
your lungs. My death scene as well, not that, but the motorcycle scene was the
That's an epic scene. That's one of my favourite death scenes.
Thank you, yeah. It holds its weight still to this day, you know what I mean? So like,
and in some countries it did get cut.
It did, and in the States. And so the European version, you see the wires go in my arms, where in the American version they're kind of already in the arm. They don't really show it penetrating the skin. So that was, they actually, I guess that's a good thing when they edit or cut some of your scene out to make it not an X-rated movie. I guess we did something good. You know?
I think it's brilliant. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you.
I really did. I mean, what was your kind of first thoughts of seeing Robert? Like, because obviously you've done 2, so there was a time of that when you see him for the first time.
I felt like those children did at that school. I mean, I did. I would kind of, you know, when he was in full makeup, he looked scary. You know what I mean? He looked scary, and then he is Freddy Krueger. I mean, I know there's been other Freddy Kruegers, but Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger. So when he's in full deal, you know, you're just like, oh wow, this guy he's got the walk and the glove and everything, and you're just like, that guy looks pretty authentic. You know?
So what did you most like about playing Dan? For all the gore and the horrific stuff, there's obviously a character and there's a base there.
I think, I mean, at that stage of my career, I was, you know, my acting chops weren't that great, so I wouldn't call it an easy role. Oh, you just have to be a jock, but it was just trying to make it believable, I guess is the word. You know, like not sound just like a bunch of dialogue or like, you know, like it doesn't sound real. So that was it. And then as far as being fun, even though I was, or whatever the character I created and made the jock guy, but the fun part about that movie was I got to do so many special effects.
Yeah.
Even in the first one, I had a body cast made of me. In the second one, I had like so many different casts of my arms, and so I was constantly in the special effects makeup trailer, not just the makeup trailer. It was like the special effects where you're having like pieces put on you and all kinds of crazy stuff. So that part was an absolute blast. Like, you know, there's long days, you know, 14 hours, and you have to, and they're mostly nights because you film at night for these movies, so you have to stay up all night. But it wasn't tiring. It was actually really fun.
Yeah, it was fun to do.
It was. You're trying to make it look good. I always cracked up because it was always, we were young. I was like a 20-year-old playing a teenager, but then everyone around you is adults, but we were all adults, you know, playing.
Yeah, playing.
You know, but we were trying to make it look real. That's what was fun. So you have like, you know, 10 adults like really trying to make a fake scene look real. So
apart from like obviously the special effects, which you love doing, you love going into the makeup trailer, special effects makeup trailer. What did you like most about your death scene?
Oh, let's see. I don't know what, I guess, you know what, the way, let's see how, I don't know, the best part about it, I guess I have to say, was the character that was created after I morphed into that Freddy thing that was all one piece, and it was like a...
That looked awesome.
And it's on a bike, you know, it almost looked like a copy, or not a copy, but like almost Alien, or a Predator, and something else mixed together or something.
I thought it looked like Ghost Rider.
Right.
And I thought they'd kind of based it on it because there was obviously a comic element.
Right, so I thought, whoever did one first, the Ghost Rider may have been first or whatever, but it certainly looked very similar. And then the movie that came out looked really similar. I was like, what, they use the same guys?
Makeup guy.
Yeah, you know. But, you know, that suit, that they call it the Dan suit, it's on eBay.
Yeah.
And it's like 1,700 pounds or something. It's
you want to get it?
I would love to have it, but I can't afford it.
No, you won't be buying stuff like that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. So, you know, I've got like one last question like generating here. It's, you know, out of your experience, were you pretty gutted that that Dan died, or did you think he was going to be one of them characters that kind of just slipped under the net?
I wish. You know, that's kind of how it happened in the fourth one. I assumed all of us were going to die. You know, when you got the script, you're like, oh, that's how it always works. They get a bunch of teenagers, Freddy Krueger kills them all, and that was it. And then when I lived, and then the movie did so successful. Number 4 was not just a huge horror film, it was a huge film for New Line Cinema. I believe in independent film, period. It was, as far as independent films go back then, it was one of the highest grossing independent films, regardless of horror or whatever. So it just was through the roof. But I had no idea that they were going to call me back for another one. And it wasn't very long that once we saw the success, and then the next one when they called me and was, hey, they're going to do another one, I immediately knew. I was like, there's no way I'm going to live through this one. I was
that's
like,
a dead cert. That's it, I'm off.
And honestly, I didn't even read I read this, I got the script and I went straight to where I was looking for, like, where is it? I know, oh, yeah, down. No, there's a death scene. Of course.
Dan died.
Yeah, I was the first one to die. So I was like, that's kind of how it goes, you know. So.
Oh, well, Dan, it's been absolutely amazing to chat to you about film and everything like that. Thank you for coming on and being our second guest.
Thank you guys, thank you.
I'm glad you're enjoying Con. Remember guys to like, subscribe and share. Remember to just enjoy this horror con. Remember to keep on screaming with us, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Great guys, thank you. Right on.